I figured I wanted to try something. And when I say try something, specifically creating something within the category of mindset, which was a legacy key inside of the Legacy Forge, inside of the early iterations of the game. So, mindset is one of those hugely, probably the most important thing to hone in on and to work on and to continuously be aware of, and just it's a gauge. Mindset, when you hear it in the beginning, if you're getting started on this journey and people say, well, it's all about the mindset, sure, but it doesn't really give you any answers whatsoever, does it? So that's why I want to create this little video to see if we can kind of, make stuff a little bit more non abstract, maybe? Not sure. Let's see where it goes and then go from there. Let's join in on a legacy key mindset. I have a few things, two things. So I'm not going to keep this video for very, it's not going to be a long video, but we have a few visual aids in the Legacy Forge, and we're pretty proud of them because they kind of tell the point. It's like one of those a bird in the hand is better than 10 in the bush kind of things. So when we say whispers of the many, roar of the one, we mean several different things. First of all, that small problems matter. You know, just like tiny whispers can grow loud, small problems can become big if they are ignored. And this is something that I've seen time and time and time again in my journey, where you have so many things on your to do, and as the list of to dos grow, your priorities or your focus on these seemingly small things is not as focused as they should be. And so those small things start to grow, and then all of a sudden they come back and they bite you in the ass. Don't like that. So when you have a whole bunch of small things in your life, a whole bunch of small thoughts, emotions, situations, whatever it is that just continuously take energy from your space, that's going to amount to something. One tiny creek becomes a big river if there are many more tiny creeks accompanying it, more or less. The next point, together they're strong. Many small problems together can be as strong as one huge problem. It's just going to be harder to fix because if you have a whole bunch, let's say you have 96 different small problems, it's so much harder to get on top of that instead of just fixing that one huge problem. If I was gonna have a situation fixed in some way, more or less, the majority of the time, I'm not gonna say that this is for all the situations, but it requires me to go out and ask sometimes, most of the time. And so it is about asking the right question to the right person at the right time, right? If I have one huge problem that is fixed by that, that's cool. If I have 96 different people that I have to ask a specific question at a specific time, that becomes troublesome. That's a lot to take care of, and that might have been avoided if we just focused on one thing at a time. Continuing, we have the last straw, that sometimes just one small problem can make everything too hard to handle. I've had this happen so many times that it's kind of almost a little shameful to say. It's almost like I don't want to admit, where I've felt like I was on top of things, and then as I go in and follow the flow, just one message, one more message from a person is enough to overflow the cup. Because let's say that you have a whole bunch of messages that you haven't responded to, or people that are asking for your attention, and you feel like you have a pretty decent grasp, you can just do it at that time and then just go through blah, blah, blah. Could be anything. It could be just cleaning the house. If you have one room to focus on, one thing, then that's cool. And then all of a sudden, you have come to the balance where you see that, all right, I can deal with this. I got this. All of a sudden, someone comes in and they just drop a huge bag of clothing in the middle of your living room, and it's like, I can't. I'm not. I won't. Fuck this. And you're out. One drop is enough to say that. There we go. 1 degree is enough to freeze water or to melt ice. It's it doesn't seem like a lot, but once it goes over the tipping point, then we have to deal with it. And then we have fix problems early. It's easier to solve problems one by one before they pile up. Yeah. Yeah, I wish I did more of that in the beginning, because that is probably one of the things that just it's so easy to say I'm going to do it tomorrow, you know. But Tony Robbins said it best. When is now a good time to start? Fix it early. Let's go to the next piece of the puzzle almost. The singular quest. What is this? A person called Alan Watts once said that it is always going to be, there's always going to be work in doing the dishes. That mountain is just going to continue to grow. But you can only do one dish at a time. That's kind of where this came from. The singular quest. This is where we talk about one challenge at a time, just like in the beginning. Like washing one dish at a time, face life's challenges one by one. So I don't think we have to go in and iterate or add to that. We just covered that pretty well. Then we have patience, and the key of it, just as dishwashing requires patience, so does overcoming life's hurdles. And I also want to really make it clear that this, in this case, the dishwasher or the dishes is your life. One dish could be seen as an hour of your day, or a second of your day, or a day of your day, or it's your life. So dealing with them appropriately and using these interesting metaphors is helpful sometimes. Progress, not speed. Focus on making progress, not on how fast you clear the pile. Bam! Atomic Habits. It's better to do 1.1% every day, because that allows you to get 36.7% more in terms of reaching the goal in the span of a year. Or was it 0.01? Don't quote me on that, but it's better to do 0.1% than to do no percent. 100% is cool, but it is not good if it is 100% of nothing. Progress, consistency, discipline, perceptiveness is not the word I was gonna go for, but just to go ahead. I'm not gonna try to find that word. I lost it. It's gone. But then we have the last point, maybe. No, it's the second to last point. Endurance brings reward. Just as the last dish washed brings satisfaction, so does overcoming each challenge in life. That feeling of mastery, that feeling of doing something that actually matters, that feeling of actually progressing towards your goal. If you have something that you are so freaking on fire about and you continue to work on that, and then you come to a place of seeing that it comes to fruition, that feeling of mastery cannot be beat. That is literally a spark happening right there that can fuel your energy to just take off. It's as easy as that. It's just, it starts with a spark, and then it's up to you to fuel that. But endurance brings reward. So continue to do exactly what you know that you have to do. Get those small nuggets of mastery in there, and you will reach a goal. That was kind of it for what I have for this presentation. I hope it was interesting. If it was helpful at all, let me know and I can create more of them. I just don't want to create a whole bunch of things if people don't get value from them. But mindset, setting the intention, always reminding yourself that you are human, and you also need to rest. You need to take care of yourself. You need to take care of your mind and your body and your spiritual wellness. All these things needs to be top of mind. Mindset. Set your mind to these things, to a solution oriented everyday life instead of a problem oriented or a fear based reality, right? It's all about where we put our focus, what perspective we view life through. If you come in and you say that I don't have money for anything, my life is dominated by money or the lack of money, well, then your life is going to be dominated by the lack of money. But if you say that it just requires you to do something of value for the right person and they will compensate you for that, then you have money. And then how many times can you repeat that and if you talk to the right person, it's probably easier to get $1 million from one person than getting $100 from three people. Just very extreme example right there, but you know what I mean. Every single thing is on the other side of you taking a step towards something, asking a question, doing a thing, making a move towards fixing a goal, whatever it is, or not even fixing a goal, but just going towards a goal. It's all mindset. You can create your life. You are the architect of your reality. And the sooner you realize that, the easier it's going to become to, the easier it's going to get to see that it is possible, because you're going to get results, you're going to get experiences, you're going to see that this actually works. The Spanish have a beautiful word for this, sabiduría. It means wisdom. You're going to get wisdom from actually doing the thing. And that is so important. With that said, that was a long video. I hope that you're having a fantastic day, and know that for all mindset matters, find it in the Discord server and the tribe and talk to us. Reach out. Like, if you are stuck, if you feel like you need to talk to someone to get your mindset set, you know where to find us. I love your face. Have a fantastic day. Take care of freaking family, and I'll see you in the next one.